How's my spot?
You're live. And you're fine.
I fully expect no one to be on this broadcast tonight.
Really?
Yes. You know why?
No.
Because tonight is Championship Monday in NCAA basketball.
And people who have businesses have decided that those people are earning their money.
No, these kids ain't earning any money.
They are.
They're college kids.
They're working to earn their money.
Yes, they're, well, technically. All right. Let's go to work.
It's not time yet.
Not time yet? Okay, let's go to work. I'm ready. You say when, let's do it. Okay. All right, let's go. What time is it?
It's not time yet.
It's not time yet. Oh, that's my song. You know it. Gaining momentum. Gaining momentum. Gaining momentum. Let's go.
Kenya Palmer's on.
What's up, Kenya Palmer?
Sabrina Williams is on.
Good morning,
Minister
good
Williams.
evening, Sabrina. I know we got some other people already reached out to me, said they're going to be on. We have some new audiences on tonight. Let's go ahead and go to work. This is Monday night sales mastery. How long have we been doing this now, Lisa?
About a month.
No, way more than a month.
Has it?
I've got like 9, 10 shows already.
Well, that would be almost 2 months.
On YouTube. No, I got more than 10 shows.
2.5 months.
Yes, Jesus.
Nadine is on. How about just say the answer? You fishing for stuff I don't have one line for.
This is at least
Libby Greer is on.
Who?
Libby Washington Greer.
Hello, Sister Libby. How you doing?
We're growing audiences on both pages.
Now look, I know this is probably
Roman Gabriel is new in the group.
What's up, Roman? We just met Roman this past weekend in Corpus Christi, Texas. Roman was not only at the conference, he was participatory.
Yes.
Roman was one of those people that when we need someone from the audience to read, it was Roman.
Sandra Salagaris.
Hello, Sandra. How are you, lady?
Now, do we have a Monday Night Sales Mastery group?
Yes, but we're not going to do it tonight. What we have decided was the deep dive group is going to do theirs on Wednesday nights.
Okay, but I didn't mean the private group. I meant where you're going to broadcast regularly from your page of mine, and then the private group that is going to go to the other one.
Yes, we do have a group.
Okay.
It's called Sales Mastery with Brian K McNeill.
Awesome. Sonia Douglas is on. Elizabeth Crawley Lutz is on.
Thank you. Tonight you're going to get some quality nuggets. You all are going to get some stuff that you can use. I have been a professional salesperson since I was 23 years old.
Libby is praising the Lord. Welcome back, coaches. Elizabeth, thank you. Hey, Sonia. Like, comment, share. Make sure that you click on the follow buttons.
We got the heat on in here?
No, you're just hot, baby.
I just jumped out of the shower and I had a hot shower, so I rushed in here. What? I shouldn't say I took a shower.
Damn hot. Thank you for the likes.
I took a shower for
Stephanie
my
Washington is on.
Okay.
Great
hello,
topic,
hello.
she says. Awesome.
Let's
Today's topic.
Let's get to it. How to use questions to gain clients.
That's right.
Now, I was starting to say, I've been in professional sales since I was 23 years old, and I've been good at it since I was 24. Mm-hmm. My first year, I was not good at it, but I've learned how to become good at it. And I'm 49 now. So in these 24, 25, 26 years, whatever the math says it is, over time, I mean, you do thousands of presentations, and you have thousands of times where you miss them, and you have thousands of times where you make them. And then when you study a lot and you try a lot and you tinker with your presentation, you start to learn you start to gain some pets, some pet questions, some favorite questions, some killer questions. And these killer questions that I'm going to share with you, they're mine. And I'm just going to give them to you freely. And I promise each and every one of you, if you will adopt these questions that I'm going to teach you tonight, you will not only convert more sales, but you gain more clients. And you won't have to do any more effort. Just ask the question.
Pen and paper alert, taking notes.
That's right. Pen and paper alert. Take some notes. If you will just say these words that I'm going to teach you, you will convert more. Now, I've said there's some stuff I have to repeat again. Are you a good listener? Are you a good listener? If you're not sure if you're a good listener, here's the first tip to become a great listener. When you are talking to a client and you ask them anything that will, the answer to it will lead to them buying from you. When you ask any closing question, will you give my services a try? Will you like to get started? Will you give me a check? When you ask anything where the answer to that question leads to them hiring you, when you ask them a closing question and whatever they say after you ask a closing question, I want you to slowly count to 3 before you respond. When you ask a closing question, 2 points. When you ask a closing question, your job is to remain silent until they answer. Will you give my services a try? Now, once you've asked that closing question, your job is to remain silent until they answer you. There's an old sales adage, the first one who talks loses. Now, I don't like that part of it, that losing part of it. But there's truisms in it. The first person who talks after a closing question is asked owns it. Now, if you're offering your services, you already own it, and you want them to own it too. So when you ask them to give your services a try, your job is to remain silent until they say something. Did y'all hear me? Will you give my services a try? And let's say they don't say anything. Okay? If they don't say anything, you wait. You wait until they say something. Now, in response to whatever they say, if they say, oh man, let me think about this. Now, I want you to slowly count to 3 before you respond. Slowly count to 3 before you respond. Do this in your head. Slowly count to 3. Do this in your head. Because if you do it out loud, you look silly. They say, I asked them, will you give my services a try? And they wait a little bit, and they hem and they haw, and then they say, well, Brian, just let me think about it. 1001, 1002, 1003. You slowly count to 3 before you respond. You do that for 2 very good reasons. One reason is it ensures that they were not just pausing long enough to catch a breath, because they may have more things they want to say. If they have more things they want to say, you want to hear them. So take your time, you relax, slowly count to 3 before you respond. The other good thing that it does for you is it helps you to come across as a listener and a thinker. And of course you're going to come across that way because you are. So, will you give my services a try? Now note, my question is a direct question. The number one crime that I see when I'm coaching people is they never ask for the business. Typically coaches, consultants, financial services people, insurance people, they never ask for the business. What they do is they tell their client all about the great stuff they have. Well, our program does this and this and this and this. But they never say, will you give it a try? That's the key. So first thing you gotta do is learn how to ask for the business and any direct question. Will you give it a try? I like will you give it a try. But you can try something else. But that's one way. So once you have asked for the business directly, once they have uttered anything, and then you have slowly count to 3, I'm going to give you some golden questions that I want you to write down.
Roman's got some friends with him while he's watching.
Awesome. Roman is a very smart guy.
Veronica Chambers is on. Thank you so much. Sister Cassandra sharing. I appreciate it. Thank you for sharing, commenting, and inviting others to watch this broadcast.
All right. I got 7 killer questions, but I'm not ready to give them to you yet. 7 questions.
7. The number of completion.
All right. A couple of things. I had 6 honest serving friends. They taught me all I knew. The names were what, where, when, which, why, and who. Those 6 W questions. And then add to those 6 W questions the word would and how. What? I'll write them down for you.
Thank you. Cassandra said, awesome. Awesome sauce.
Cassandra?
Cassandra Muhammad.
Cassandra Muhammad.
The travel diva. We got 2 travel divas on.
Elizabeth?
Yep. And Cassandra.
What? Where? When? What, where, when? Taught me all I knew. The names of what, where, when, which, why, and who. Those are 6. Okay, 6 W questions. 6 W questions. Now, and then add would and how.
Would and how. Cassandra says, hi.
Hey. What? If you don't do this, what will you do?
Ooh.
That's one of my 7 questions.
That's a good one.
That's one of my favorite questions, actually.
That's a great one.
If you don't do this, which is kind of like giving them permission. Yeah. I understand. Yeah. If you don't do this now, if you choose to procrastinate, if you don't do this, that's the first part of the question, what will you do? Mm-hmm. Now, if you ask a closing question, what is your job? Remain silent. Remain silent.
You have the right to remain silent.
Y'all need to understand this too.
Hey, Rochelle V. Gray.
Showmanship matters. Showmanship matters.
Showmanship matters.
Now look, if you ask for the business like this, will you or will you buy? Or it's going to be $4,000. If you ask it timidly, they're going to be timid to accept it. If you're fearful in the way you ask for the business, they're going to be afraid to accept it. If you are confused in your offer, what did I say I'm going to offer them? Oh my gosh. Was it this plan or this plan? Or Do you want to get the insurance? What insurance? You didn't talk about 10 different things. No. If your confusion level will equal their confusion level, I want you to simplify your process and I want you to ratchet up your confidence. How would you act in that sale if you've already made 2 sales that day? If you've already made $1,000 that day, and then you're presenting to a client, and then they give you some lame objection, like I want to think about it.
You have been admonished by Libby, who says, "Don't let Facebook run out of time before we get those 7
Oh, dang,
days."
you're right. What time is it? What time is it? Thank you,
Matt
sis.
Kelly also says, "Hey, Pasha's on. Hey, Pasha, it's 9:12."
You're right, because I do run out of time, Libby.
He do
almost
be running out
every
of time.
week, Libby.
Yes,
You're right.
thank you. Thank you, Libby. You're awesome.
But take your time with this. Present confidently. And this is something that you may want to practice. How would you act if you had 80 grand in the bank, if you had $80,000 in the bank, $80,000 in the bank, and all your bills were paid for 6 months out? Okay? Just picture that mode. How would you walk, talk? What kind of resonance would be in your voice? You can act that way. You can act that way. And if you act that way, and if you did the kind of things that those kind of people need to do, it won't be that long before that is actually you.
Speak those things. Speak those
Speak
things.
those things. Think about what questions. It might be a good idea. Where questions. Where will you go? Okay. If you had this, if you chose to do this, where would that take you? When do you believe would be a great time to start? When do you believe would be a great time to start? You know, my friends used to watch me sell, and they told me I had a stance that I took when I was standing. If I was standing up trying to make a sale, I stood flat-footed and squared away as if there was no way I'm leaving anywhere. It looked like I'm there and I'm staying. That's what it looked like to them.
Libby says, I got to get mine. And Rochelle V. Gray says, I want to be a hunter or a farmer, Brian.
No, you don't, Rochelle. You want to be true to your own personality and learn hunter and farmer skills.
All right.
That's what you want to do.
That's what we want to do.
Thank
you for sharing.
You don't want to be anything that you're not, but you want to add skills to what you are. That's what you want to do.
That's an awesome way to put it. You are fearfully and wonderfully made.
Yes, you're fearfully and wonderfully made. And don't try to act like Brian. Okay, don't try to do it like me. Take what I teach you and then color it with your personality.
Do it like you.
That way you be authentic.
That's
you can't be authentic any other way. And if you try to act like anybody else, at best, you're going to be a poor imitation.
That's true.
At best.
That's good counsel. Okay. Thank you.
All right.
9:14.
9:14, thank you. Libby is in my head now. Okay.
That's good. Libby, you have made your mark. Because that's a big old head to be inside of.
What, where, when, which, why, who. I hope you got all this. And would you? And how are you going to do this? How are you going to reach that goal? How? And remember to shut up and count to 3 before you respond. I want you to practice that, everybody. You'll sell better by just shutting your mouth more. You will. I remember sometimes, at least there's one coming to my mind right now. It was a husband and wife team, and I'm selling them a program. And I offered it to them like a professional, and the husband immediately threw up a lame objection. And I was counting to myself. I slowed down. I kept my face. I kept a confident expression on my face because I thought they should buy. So my face was. I had like almost a half smile on my face when he was giving me all these lame objections. So I waited for him to finish, and then I slowly started counting to 3, and I was in my head, 1,001, 1,002, and he goes, "Well, I guess we should do it anyway." I didn't say anything. He changed his own mind. He heard how silly his objections sounded. That's the other benefit. He heard how they sounded, and he handled it.
Kayla's on. Happy birthday, Kayla.
Kayla.
Yes, and congratulations on your business, Diva.
Kayla, I'm very, very proud of you. And I need Kayla's direct phone number, which I don't have.
Are you kidding me?
No, I don't have Kayla's number.
We need your phone number and your email. I've got some special gifts for you.
And we want to introduce Kayla to Shay.
That's right. Directly.
Want to introduce you to Shay. All right, how much time do I have?
You now have, it's 9:16. You have 14
9:16.
minutes. Jock is on, Jock Rosario, and he says more skills. Absolutely. Rochelle says good counsel. Thank you. And we are rocking and rolling.
All right, so let me just give you these questions, and hopefully I have some time after I give you some of my favorite questions. These are Brian's pet questions.
Do that, because Libby says she like free. Free is good, and she want all her free stuff. Thank you very much.
All right.
Me messing with her stuff.
By the way, Libby, there's Freeple and there's Cheaple.
Yes, sir.
Freeple, and I get this from Mr. Myron Golden, Freeple are people who only do things that are free. They only accept training that's free. Cheaple are people who only take things that are cheap. Freeple and Cheaple, according to Mr. Myron Golden, and I believe it to be true too. Freeple and Cheaple, they limit their money and they limit their progress. They're telling themselves self-consciously, you're telling yourself that you are not worth investing in. So, and that's a battle for all of us, even me.
It is.
Even me, I have to sometimes battle being a cheaple. We had a situation earlier tonight where I was about to be a cheaple in my household. My wife wanted to order some books, and she told me how much it was going to be. Our own books, of course, so we can have on our tables when we go out and about vending. And she told me how much to order, and I was like, no, that's too much. That was me being a cheaple.
And I'm glad that you also recognize it as part of scarcity mentality, and that we overcome that. We are overcome by the words of our testimony. You went forth and you said, order them.
That's right. And the next moment it came to me, good decision making starts with your next decision. That's what came to my mind. Good decision starts with your next decision. And that was my decision. I said, order it as it is.
That's right. Amen.
Right. So
Elizabeth said, questions, please, Brian.
What time is it?
Hey, Miss Antoinette Stewart Troy is 9:18. You got 12 minutes.
Okay. First question, one of my favorites is, right now is blank working the way you would like for it to work? If you're a life coach, right now is your life working the way you would like for it to be working? if you're in the travel business, right now the amount of fun you have on this planet, is that working the way you want it to work? Right now is blank working the way you would want it to work? If you're a personal trainer, right now, is your fitness where you would want it to be?
Woo!
That's the first question. Right now is blank working the way you would like for it to work? Is that a good question, anybody? That's one of my favorites.
Thanks for joining back, Cassandra. I like it. I got a thumbs up, but I can't see who it's from.
Okay.
But yeah.
If you like Darlene, it, thumbs up or click like on it,
Click
please.
like, thumbs up, comment, say, yes, that's my question.
Okay.
That one is a good one.
All right, that's my first one. Second
Thank
question.
you for sharing. Like. We got some likes. We got a yes. We got some likes. We got a whole bunch.
First question is, right now is blank working the way you like for it to work? The second question, are you ready for the second question?
Yes.
Is this situation going to fix itself?
Woo! That one cut me deep. I actually, and I'm like not even pretending. Like right now, that one is real.
When people have issues that you discover.
Cassandra said she was sharing and she missed the question. The first question was, right now
is blank working the way you would like for it to work? And you can watch the replay. The second question is that situation going to fix itself? If they're not saving any money, is that going to fix itself? If they're in poor physical health, is that going to fix itself? If they're not having any fun or enthusiasm for life, if you don't do anything else, is that going to fix itself?
Damona said, ouch. Elizabeth said, deep, deep. Those are like, damn, you went straight for it.
Now look, I appreciate the ouches. One of my favorite quotes is, if you can't say amen, say ouch. And it's okay if you're saying some ouches, because you get to choose when you say ouch. And you also get to choose to transform that ouch into an amen. First question is, right now, is blank working the way you want like for it to work? The question is this situation going to fix itself? My third question is Brian McNeill's pets. My third question is, if you don't do this, what will you do?
Thank you for sharing, everybody. I appreciate it. Crystal Elizabeth says, right. Thank you for all the likes. That is, woo.
If you don't do this,
what will you do?
And again, showmanship matters. I should have left that part up there.
Yeah.
Because after you ask a question like that, your job is to keep your facial expression. Your facial expression has to be confidently expected. It has to be confidently expected. You've got to act like you're not afraid of their answer.
That's right.
And here's one way to act like you're not afraid of their answer. Just don't be afraid of it.
Don't be afraid of it. Be confident about what you're offering.
That's right. And it'll show. You can't hide it.
That's right.
You can't hide it. If you're afraid, if you say like, if you don't do this, well, what are you going to do? You can't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Here's another one of my favorite
We got
questions.
a lot of likes on that, baby.
Here's another one of my favorite ones. This is one I like after the customers tried to commit the crime of not buying. Okay? When they said no, or they tried to not buy. I like this question.
All right.
And it always makes me laugh when I do it. Because they're not ready for it every time.
It wasn't ready. What is it?
Okay. If you were to change your mind right now and hired me and paid me the money that I asked for, and we started working together diligently, would that be a mistake? Would that be a mistake? I know you said no, but if you were to change your mind and decide to hire me right now and pay me the money I asked for,
that's kind of suave.
I heard you say no.
Yeah.
I'm acknowledging that. But if you were to change your mind and hired me right now and paid me the money I asked for, and then you and I started working together diligently, is there any way that would be a mistake?
Darlene says nope.
Exactly. Exactly. And what I want them to is, I want them to come to that conclusion. That's not going to be a mistake. All they got to do is their part. They got to give me my money, and they got to work with me. Okay?
That's it. Roman said good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff, Coach.
Here's another one. This is one I learned early in the game, and I use this a lot. Okay? This is another one of those ones I like after the client tries to commit the crime of not buying from me.
Okay.
I do call it a crime, by the way, because I believe what I'm offering is good, and I believe not buying from me is a mistake. So this question is this. Like, okay, Lisa, you and I are friends, and if we were great friends, and I saw you about to make a serious financial mistake, would you want me to warn you about it? Would you want me to warn you? If I saw you about to make a mistake for your money or for your health or for your life.
Legal services, all of that could apply in there. Mm-hmm.
If I sold Legal Shield, then they tried to commit the crime of not buying, and it's 15, 20, 30 bucks a month, okay, whatever it is, 30 bucks a month. And they say, no, not right now. That's a mistake financially. So I said to them, look, if you and I were friends, really good friends, if we'd known each other for a while, even if we loved each other, and I saw you about to make a serious financial mistake, would you want me to warn you about it? They always pause, and they say, well, yeah, I'd want you to warn me. Well, that's what I see happening right now. Because if you don't do this, and then you in a situation where you need this, I'm going to feel terrible. You're going to feel worse. You're going to like me less because I didn't motivate you to take advantage of this when you could have. That's how Brother Brian closed.
Jock says, gotcha. And Roman said, oh, yeah.
That's how I close him. This is when I was in the field, okay? I'm softer now than that. All right, if I saw you about to make a serious financial mistake, would you want me to warn you? This is another
But now,
one.
Darlene has a statement. She says, yes, but people are not committed after you say yes. That's a whole different class, actually.
I didn't understand the question. Say it again, please.
So, if you get them to say yes, I think what she's saying is if you get them to say yes, they're not going to be committed to that yes. It's like you just force them to say yes. But there's another follow-up for that. Because we don't want that.
There's two things going on there. First off, it's high pressure, but it's not me putting the pressure on them. It's them putting the pressure on themselves. And that's fair because I'm not in their head. They're in their head. And they're thinking about other stuff than what I'm talking about. Now, there's a quotation going about that. A man whose opinion is changed against his will is of the same opinion still.
Yes.
Now, she's implying that you're having them change their mind against their will.
Right.
I'm of the opinion that when they change their mind, it's because they made a new decision and it's not against their will.
Right.
Okay, that's what I'm saying to you. But there's some right in what she's saying.
Yeah, and maybe that's something you can cover in a future week. The coming off the mountain, bringing them down off the mountain.
We have and we will again.
Yeah.
Okay. My how much time do I have left?
And that is actually covered in Asking for the Money as well as
in
the
my
shortcut.
book, Asking for the Money and the Shortcut.
Absolutely. We're at 9:26. Hey, Damona.
Asking for the Money. I wrote this book, How Anyone Can Close More Sales, Even You. I got 2 more points to make. We only got 4 minutes?
Yeah.
Or 3 minutes?
4 minutes, babe.
All right. This is one of my favorite questions. I love to ask this question. This is another one when they try to commit the crime of not buying. If you changed your mind, and I take my time when I say this too. If you changed your mind and decided to buy or hire me, who do you believe would gain the most here? If you changed your mind and decided to buy, who do you think would gain the most? I mean, me, I'm going to earn a commission or something, but I'm going to spend mine like that. But what do you get? You get to use these things this year and next year and the year after that. You get to gain for the rest of your life. So who do you believe gains the most here? And I try to make them say it. I don't want them to just grunt on me. I guess I'll gain the most. Exactly. So if you know that you gain the most by doing this, that means that by not doing this, you stand to lose the most. And that's not why I'm here. I'm not here to help you to lose. I'm here to help you to win. And I want you to win big. But it all starts with your decision to move forward. That's how I close them.
Actually, I'm glad Roman is on. I was trying to update my emails today and I got sidetracked, and I was going to reach out to him and thank him so much for all of his input over the weekend and involvement, and let him know that I have his pen. And because I have his pen, I would like to have him to call my husband and take 15 minutes on the phone with him, because I'm going to keep that pen. I like it.
919, can they see this number?
Yes, they can see the number.
919-345-4893. Now, we got to wrap up.
So, Roman, you got 15 minutes on me because I have your pen.
This here is, I do this every Monday night, and I enjoy doing it. It's an opportunity for me to share the wealth that I have gained over time for free. These are nuggets. What I gave you tonight, I promise you, somebody on this broadcast will do something that they heard tonight and they will earn more money. They will earn more money. Now, but it's only 30 minutes and it's not a deep dive. I have a private Facebook group. A private Facebook group that you can take part in. My private Facebook group, I charge for it though. In my private Facebook group, what I do is I deep dive on what we cover on the Monday Night Sales Mastery, and I take our time, we go into it we vet it much better. But that's available to you all, and that's available to you for $25 a month. $25 a month, and you're typically going to get at least 4 sessions. I also use that group to add stuff. Like if I write an article, I'll put my cool articles in there. Videos. My wife and I, we have a great studio in our home here, and we shoot some videos, and some stuff will only go in the private group. And if you want to take part in that private group, reach out to Brian K McNeill, or Lisa Santiago McNeill, and we'll make that happen, and we'll make it easy. But I know just what you got tonight. It was amazing value. And I promise you, if you took the time to write out these questions, if you're willing to watch this video again, and maybe again and again until you get these, and add these to your repertoire, you will gain more clients. What time is it now?
You got 30 seconds.
I got 30 seconds? What should I do in my 30 seconds?
Nothing.
Okay, nothing? Is there any more comments that I need to hear about?
Jock is giving you thumbs up. Oh, money bags up. Roman says, thank you. Panya just joined. Darlene, that's $25 per month.
Per month, yes.
Per month for the private Facebook group. Or you can pay $197 and get the private Facebook group, a trial coaching session, 2 webinars, and lots of awesome other gifts along with all of his books. So, $25 a month, get your feet wet, $197 and invest in your future.
You're welcome, John.
Don't be a cheaple and don't be a freeple. Crystal says, thank you, baby.
All right, I'm going to watch the game.
All right. Peace, y'all.